Hi, brothers and sisters. Oh, so I'm sitting outside. It's actually a nice day today, and I had a couple appointments today. Seems like I have an appointment like every 2 days between the non-stress test for the baby and last minute tests they want me to do and see if I'll be able to take anesthesia, stuff like that. Just I keep passing all the tests, so I just praise God for that. But this baby's just getting bigger and kicking and squirming, and she's a little fighter, I'll tell you. But I was reading John 14:27. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And let's see, I was watching Robin Fig Tree Generation, and she had an audible from the Lord. She heard the Lord speak to her. Let me see if I can remember. The Lord told her, I am about to interrupt all life. And this was like a few days ago. And she looked up the word interrupt. And some of the definitions on the screen for interrupt, the examples, they used it in a sentence. It talked about computers being interrupted. It talked about, I think it talked about something about babies, and just every single example for the word interrupt caught my eye. And then she even used an analogy of being in an emergency room. I think she said that she's a nurse, I believe, and when people's get into car accidents and then they're in limbo and then they don't have a car and then they lose their job and they have to figure out what they're going to do, and just everything on the screen and what she spoke just hit me like this is what the world is going through and is going to see so much worse. God is about to interrupt all life. And I just saw, I was watching Sister Sherry's video about the basketball players and her dream about the basketball players. Right before the rapture happened, there were these basketball players in her face. And then I X'd out of that video and I was scroll right above it. Another video came out and it was a man talking about his awake vision of he was shown stadiums that were empty. And there's that train horn, you guys. And then I clicked out of that and I went over into my Facebook and I saw that the NBA has canceled the basketball season because a player from the Utah Jazz contracted the coronavirus. And I thought, wow, okay, so let me go look this up because this is getting crazy, you guys. Yeah, and in the New York Times, the LA paper, all the CNN, all of them confirms that they have canceled all of it until further notice, I guess. I mean, they're not even doing practices or anything. And so it's like the more I try to push this stuff away, and I also had an awake vision basketball players. But the more I try to just like, oh, okay, because on Facebook they're coming out with memes that are mocking what's happening with the coronavirus. People are trying to downplay it now. But it's just getting crazy. And then you see Tom Hanks and Rita, or whatever his wife's name is, they both have the coronavirus now. They caught it in Australia. And to some people, it might just be, like a little sore throat and some breathing problems or something. But to a lot of people, and to some other people, they die. I guess if it mutates, it mutates and then it's all bad. That's why they subnamed it the COVID-19 or whatever. But God is speaking to people. It's like a couple of years ago, I was told in a dream, and I was shown a map of America, and I heard the Lord say, there will be 21 judgments upon America. And I saw like hurricanes across this map, and I saw buildings, and I knew that it was almost like heavenly courtrooms, is the only way I could explain it. And I knew that they were bringing judgment. They were having it was a courtroom, and judgment was about to, the gavels were about to slam down. And so, I don't know, you can downplay it or you can take it seriously, but I know that yesterday in the county next to us, the county my hometown county, the county I grew up in, they confirmed 6 cases in that county. And then today, 8 cases were confirmed in this county. And I'm just like, just leaning upon Jesus, you guys, because we went to, well, first of all, I have to go for my doctor's appointments. I have to go up into downtown to a very packed clinic to get my non-stress test, because that's the only place they do it. Unless you have super insurance, I guess you could go to some place private, but I don't. And they have signs everywhere about the coronavirus, and I'm just like a germophobic. I always have sanitizer and wash my hands like 20 times a day, and but John and I went to go find some water and wipes and bleach and stuff like that. I mean, we could barely even afford it. And they were limiting the number of cases of water you could get to only 3. 3 per purchase, cart or whatever. And there was only like 6 left. And our Costco's out of everything here. Both Costco's. And people are just going nuts. And I'm just like, well, Lord, whatever we can get at this time, whatever we can afford, then that's just going to have to do us. And now I'm getting scared. Trying not to get scared, because now I'm like, they're saying that they're going to induce me in I find out in the day, I find out like next week or the week after that. They keep telling me but they never actually tell me when I go in. They'll say, oh, we'll tell you next week, or we'll tell you next week. But they're going to induce me when I'm 39 weeks. Okay, so now she's going to come a little bit earlier than what we expected, or what is the due date. And now I'm like, wow, okay, should I be trying to stock up on diapers and wipes and like little baby medicine just in case, or shampoos, or formula, or you know what I mean. But we can't. It's like we can't even do that. We could barely. I mean, and John's like looking for a second job right now, and we're just leaning upon God, you guys. So, I mean, now is the time to pray for one another, intercede for one another, and pray for America. Pray for your neighbors. I know God's going to protect us, and we just have to trust in Him and not let fear grip us and take us over. And I don't think that, man, I know you're kicking me. Man, she's kicking me. You're a little feisty one. Oh my gosh, you guys, she is so cute. I just love her already. She's so sweet. But yeah, now is not the time. We stand in Jesus Christ, and we stand sure-footed in God's promises as His sons and daughters, and hold each other up in prayer. And like my insulin, they won't give me my insulin. Like, I can't stock up on my insulin. Just my state insurance just won't do that. And someone recommended an alternative to that, but I can't take it because I'm pregnant. So, but there's just so many things that you worry about. Now I'm like, wow, we not only have to maybe worry about if this gets any worse, And it's like, what do you do? Just in case mentality, or just turn your head towards it, and then it might be too late, because you might be able to scrounge out some water at a CVS or a Walgreens, or whatever. But maybe it might not be there in like a week or 2 weeks. So, I don't know. And, I mean, we wouldn't even be able to do that. There's no money for that. And so it's like, and I know, like a lot of you, just trusting in God. Just trusting in God. He knows everything from the beginning to the end. And I'm sorry, I have weird neighbors. They're not weird, but he has a tow truck company, so he's back and forth all hours of the night. But I don't think that anywhere in the history of sports they have canceled over a disease, because it truly is a pandemic that's going on. I know people are trying to downplay it, but this is just insane. And I just believe that the Lord is allowing this to happen for people to call out to Him, for people to trust in Him and have faith in Him and turn to Him. And before it's too late. before the rapture happens. Because after the rapture happens, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here because it's gonna be bad. Bad. It makes me wanna cry, you guys. It's gonna be, you do not want to be here. It's going to be destitute and disease and sickness and famine and imprisonment, and it's going to be crazy. But okay, this video is getting really long, but I just want to share some thoughts with you guys, and just keep my family in your prayers. And I definitely will pray for you guys. I always pray for you guys. I always pray for the people on my channel, or if they come ask me for prayer. I love you guys, and God bless you.